You are back in the Champions Corner. And guess what, fam? Episode 10. I don't know if y'all can see all that right there. Episode 10. Yo, fellas, we made it. I'm here with my brothers, as you know, Ron and Sean. It's almost kind of Ron. That's like another show right there, Ron and Sean. Anyway, look. Hey, we're back at it. Fellas, how you feeling?
Good.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. I try to find my VHS tape to bring here, just to have it. But I'm feeling good, man. It might have been, anyway. I'm feeling good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would not be talking about a VHS tape today, but my brother wanted to plug that in. As you know, he always trying to plug something as you've been following the show. But we're here to talk to you about, guess what? That's right, wrestling. That's right, wrestling. And while we're talking about, before we get into that, please follow us on all platforms, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We got it all out there, so feel free to follow us. And so also, fellas, how's the week been for y'all with wrestling? What has really like stood out for y'all this week before we get into this thing?
It's packed. It's always been packed. Past few years, it seemed like had a big pay-per-view for AEW. It's been being doing. A lot of things going on Raw and SmackDown, so I'm ready to talk about it all, man.
Man, like The Rock said, he made wrestling cool again, but it's been good. I'm enjoying the ride.
Man, that's awesome, man. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about AEW Forbidden Door that took place last week. We're going to talk about SmackDown and Raw. We're going to talk about the preview of Money in the Bank, which is coming up this weekend. So we got a lot, fellas. I don't know about y'all, but y'all ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so, look, for those who didn't know, Forbidden Door, if you don't know what that is, that's usually a joint event for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling of how, we're crossing over to the Forbidden Doors of wrestlers walking into other companies, which we're seeing a lot anyway today with TNA and NXT and things of that nature. But they've been going strong with that event. And from what I heard, just through the social media presence alone, this not even just seeing anything initially, that it was probably one of the better shows of the year for them.
Maybe.
Brother, talk to the people.
I don't know if it's the best shows of the year, but it had some good matches. Like they always do. Like the AEW shows up for the pay-per-views more than their TV, really. The matches are always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? They got a number of great matches. There's going to be a lot of them. But, I mean, you get what you pay for. You're going to pay for the show about $50. You can get your money's worth. So that's what you're looking for. But a lot of people say, like every time they do a pay-per-view, they say, man, that was so long, man. But, I mean, they give you what you want. They give you great wrestling.
I would say, man, they had everybody on the card. Like, the whole roster was on one night. The whole roster. Everybody that was employed with AEW got this shine. So I don't want to hear nobody saying that they ain't getting no time. But man, I watched the highlights, man, and I was very impressed, man. But like you said, Ron, AEW always over delivers on a pay-per-view. I think if they could do that on the weekly shows, we have something, man. But hats off to AEW. I think they did an awesome job with their presentation with the Forbidden Door.
There's a lot of tongue twisters out there today in the wrestling community. You got one thing, you talk one company, you say pay-per-views. You type another one, you say PLE, premium live events. So there's like so much going on in there, right? It's like they all tag to it. It's like you get tongue twisted sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it's a difference now. There's very much a difference.
But, kudos. I echo everything my brother said. AEW does deliver on their main shows. And I know they have All In coming up next. So I know they want to knock it out the park there to anticipate that. But, fellas, let's jump into it. There were some highlights there. Mercedes Monet captured all the gold, at least in that stance. We had Britt Baker returned.
Oh, yeah.
Britt Baker returned. She'd been out for a hot minute, right? How long was she out?
Shoot. It seemed like 6-7 months, but it might have been longer than that. From what I know, time moves so fast, it probably been longer than that. Because I don't know last time we seen her, but that's one of the biggest highlights of Forbidden Door 2024. You know what I'm saying? Well, Mercedes capturing that New Japan Strong title, women's title, from Stephanie Vacour, and that was a great story from Stephanie. I didn't really know much about her, but that match made me want to watch a little bit more. But Mercedes came out with the win, and I like how she won. Like I said, I told you I don't really like her move like that. But she made it a transitional move in this match to her original move with the crossface with the bank statement, and so that seemed better for me with how the transition move. That's what it should be. I don't like that finish for a finish. But Mercedes did her thing. Her Stephanie showed out. Like I said, it makes me want to watch more Stephanie, and then of course I'm watching more Mercedes. But Mercedes versus Britt Baker, will it be all in, or will they save it for all out? That's the question I'm trying to figure out, because I want to know exactly what's going to be on this all in card, or like, because that all out is not too far after that. So I don't know. It's so back to back. So what is it? What y'all think will actually be on the all in card? Because they need some big matches for Wembley now. They got to fill that stadium again. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, where they gonna put that match? Because everybody, mouth watering for that match. And I'm ready to see it myself.
I would say, before, I know Sean, you probably wanted to tag in on that, but I would say this. I mean, yes, from a crowd perspective, that's going to be the largest gate. I know last year when they first got there, I mean, they sold out. The numbers were flying. I've been hearing rumblings. I haven't checked any factual sheets for this, but I've been hearing rumblings that it's not always sold out at this particular moment. But I don't think that's going to be a problem, because anytime wrestling goes over there to London or anywhere over there, it's a hot crowd. It's a hot take. And to your point, yeah, I think they would want to do Mercedes Monet and Britt Baker at All In, because you still got another 6-7 weeks for that event, and then like All Out is like a week or two after that. So I mean, I would think they would want to have it at All In, because you want to get the best. You want to get the best on the card, right? I mean, think about it. Adam Copeland out there, Adam Cole. I don't know what's going on with the Adams right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got all that going on. So, that's out. But, they still have great wrestling. I'm interested, as we continue to talk about this as well, about, where Will Ospreay going to fit in now after his first defeat. A lot of different factors there. So I think personally they'll want to pack the house with the best marquee matches as well.
I mean, but before you get into that, I got a few questions, because, the former, because Mercedes Monet, she's what, the TBS champion? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So, but the former champion was on the pre-show. So I'm like, well, where does she fit in all this? Like, how did she?
I ain't gonna lie, I was mad about that, Bo. I was like, she done got bumped down the pre-show already.
Pre-show,
all that time on the card, you got all these matches, and you put her in the pre-show. I was like, dang, she just TBS champion. That's why I said the bold move on our earlier shows. The bold move was to have Willow beat Mercedes, but I get it. Mercedes the bigger star. She just came. It was her first match, so. But this is what happens, because now Mercedes moving on to a real bigger name. Well, not bigger than Mercedes herself. I don't think Britt Baker is bigger than Mercedes herself. I don't think, not to me. But Willow is on pre-show now, and then she gonna come back. Her and Statlander might have a shot to have a match on the main card, because that's the feud right now. They had a tag team match on the pre-show, and Willow Nightingale, she won. Which is that's good. She actually got the W on the show, but I would like for her to be on the main card, because, like I said, she showed out. Even that short stint she had with the TBS Championship, she did her thing, and then she did good in promos in the ring, and she showed what she could do. But let's see her get back to what she needs to be.
I think, to your point. So remember a couple of shows back, it was like, man, what would happen? Because she middle of the night get lost, and I know she had somebody betray her, but I'm like, what's going to happen? Like, because she beat Mercedes Monet, and then Mercedes Monet beat her, so that's a rubber match. Got to be, maybe that's safe. I guess maybe Mercedes beat Britt at All In, and then maybe Will Nightingale get the winner. I don't know, but to book her down just like that is something that was the whole concern. Not to say they're killing their territory, because they're both in there, but Mercedes is newer to the company. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're trying to push her to the rocket right now, because she's a star. She's known. She's been in movies. She's been in TV shows that are popular and things. And she's related to Snoop Dogg. I get all that, because it's a smart business move. But don't because. But I say this all the time. Of course, I'm not putting this on her, but she's been injured a lot. So you put all these things in there, and if she goes down, I hope she doesn't. I'm not saying that, but that's a lot of investment. And then you gotta get somebody else ready. Now she has two championships. You know, and that's now she's representing 2 companies.
So now that's more travel to CMLL and to wherever AEW is, whatever city they're in.
Yep.
She got to defend both titles or represent both championships. And so we'll see how long, she'll have that other championship, the New Japan Strong Championship.
Right.
Just like with Moxley. He just lost the IWGP title to Naito, making Naito a 5-time IWGP champion now. And so he had to do that. So he had to go to New Japan and be AEW. That was his goal for like 5 years to get that championship. So he was really looking forward to that. So he didn't mind doing that. That was him. And I'm sure Mercedes doesn't mind doing it also, but we'll just see, can she balance it like Moxley was doing? Like, see, he didn't have it that long, but he still had like 4 or 5 defenses already with that. Right. So will Mercedes do the same thing with this championship? But that's a wait and see type thing. So
I mean,
we'll see where they go from here.
Because Willow, at some point, like you said, Lonnie, she's gonna have to get her retribution. I mean, she carried that title for a while. She's gonna have to get that retribution. And I mean, yeah, it's business sense smart to put Mercedes Monet over like this. But at the end of the day, I mean, you still got some people that they paid their dues and they deserve their shine too. So, man, at some point she's gonna have to get her retribution. I don't see her getting it now that Britt's back. I see her still getting pushed to the back. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen next.
Well, she got to get rid of stat. She got to do it with Statlander. I mean, she got a victory over in a tag match, but like I said, she got to get that 1-on-1. Maybe a bit on Dynamite. Like I said, maybe a bit All In. Hopefully, it could be built up. Continue to have a story. Continue a story going on because that's what AEW needs. Story. And because she had that backstory with Mercedes in their match with a year-long, kept her out for a year, and she would be back with her revenge. And Mercedes got her revenge. But can Willow do that against Statlander, get her out of the way, and get back and get her revenge? Do the rubber match with Mercedes. And they're going to do Britt Baker and Mercedes first, of course, but Willow got to get back in that contention and that circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With all that, what you just said, both of you brothers, I cannot think about Cody. Because now with Willow going to pre-show matches in a feud that cost her title, right? And now is this an opportunity to kind of get the fans to rally behind her? Was it an intentional move to try to get the fans to rally behind her? But the thing about that, I look at it with Cody. So when Cody lost at WrestleMania 39, it was like, what's going to happen? He came out, he challenged Roman to a rematch, right? But he said he ain't doing this. And then next thing you know, Solo in the ring, then Brock comes out. And that's Cody's feud on and off for the summer.
Yeah.
And I say on and off because Brock wasn't there every week,
Yeah.
But that was a hump for him to get over. And he got over on another big show, which is SummerSlam. So does Willow, is this intentional maybe? They're trying to push her up, maybe to see the fans. Because if the fans not behind her right now, after losing like that, and they were already behind her going into the match, is she getting outshined by Mercedes? Or, you know what I'm saying, or they really just kind of hide her or keep them apart and really build that rubber match? You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't it an intentional movement? That's the thing I'm thinking about.
It could be. If you look, that's a positive way to look at it, yeah. And like I said, she did get the win on the pre-show. And a lot of people, from what I've been saying, the matches on that pre-show, they delivered. I feel like some of them should have been on the actual card.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, she got that win, and that could be leading her on to, back to what she needs to be. But like I said, on time will tell. Like I said, they got 2 shows coming up back to back, and she should be on main card for one or if not both.
Yeah, they got time.
That should be her goal, and from this W, and hope she get another win over Statlander, or and that'll make it even more of a reason she need to be on that main card for the next show, next pay-per-view.
Well, that's good because I have a point that just popped in my head. I'm gonna talk about after this next topic. Seeds were planted at every show. There's a seed planted. Obviously, we talk about Britt Baker and Mercedes Monet because I think at the media scrub, Mercedes kind of fired some shots as well. about somebody trying to take her spotlight. But I wanna ask this question: Will Ospreay has his first defeat in AEW?
Mm-hmm.
Still the AEW International Champion. Where does he go from here?
Defending that championship.
Where,
like I said, a lot of people.
No, I was just gonna say you got a good point there, but I was gonna say because All In, he's big there, London.
Yeah.
So who's a worthy adversary? Let's say it like that.
I'm pretty sure they can find somebody on there. Like I said, they try to get everybody on that card and see who got the win at Forbidden Door. I'm trying to think. Because Danielson is in Owen Hart tournament.
Owen Hart tournament, yeah.
But that don't mean he can't go for that championship. Or Takeshita, he's always a worthy contender. He was in the ladder match. He was the MVP of that ladder match, I think. Especially with that Blue Thunder Bomb through the table. I don't know if y'all saw that part. The Blue Thunder Bomb through that table. Whew, that was the spot of that match for me. I was like, it almost looked unsafe, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. Like I said, more than I know, but that part it looked crazy.
That was how you talking.
But there's a lot of crazy folks in that match.
That was you talking about the ladder match, right?
Yeah.
That was.
I feel like they're trying to show up for before Money in the Bank. They're trying to show out like this is how you do it. Like I don't know, they got a lot to live up to Money in the Bank, but we'll see.
That was
on this Saturday.
That was hot spot.
But yeah, Ospreay, like I say, he got to defend that championship because a lot of people thought it was too early for him to get this world championship title shot. But we all knew it was going to be a great match, and it was. I feel like to me that was match of the night. Of course, it had to be. I don't see how you can't say that. With things they did in that match,
the ladder match.
But the main event, Swerve and Ospreay, because we were talking about where Ospreay goes from here after his first defeat in AEW.
Right.
You seen Swerve kind of talking to him after the match because he was kind of down after he lost. But I mean, you gotta lose sometime. This Swerve, Swerve ain't nobody to play with now. Come on, you thought you were the best in the world. Swerve said, "I'm right here too. I'm in that conversation." He gave you that. He just stomped you through the table. He did a power drop on the barricade. That part, I was like, woo. So it was a lot of highlights in that match. That match, I would like to watch. I watch that match over and over. That's one of the. I got to be match of the year right there. I mean, contender. Because other match of the year contender in AEW is the Ospreay and Danielson match from earlier this year.
I said that a couple of shows ago. I said that's probably gonna be match of the year.
Yeah, but it's between these two because the Swerve, he did his thing with Ospreay too. Because Ospreay's that guy. Yeah. He gonna bring the best match out of whoever he with.
Yeah.
But Swerve showed him and who he is. He put his foot down. Like, I deserve this championship. Everybody thought Ospreay was gonna take this from me or he gonna take my shine. No, he said it's proven like those are two guys of this generation for AEW. They the two should lead the charge with AEW. And they can go back and forth. This ain't gonna be their last match. I know it ain't gonna be their last match in AEW.
It shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't be.
No, but they got to see where this Owen Hart tournament goes.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the main event. Also, MJF looking at that main event. He was the first match of the night. He got a good crowd of. So it was a straight match. It could have been on Dynamite or something, but the match he had with Hechicero, if I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. Hechicero. It was a pretty good match. He got a match tonight. It could be on his road to either all in or his road back to the main event for MJF. Because he was looking at that main event like, I should be out there right now. Dude, that's supposed to be my spot. I'm back from injury. I'm ready to get back on that. So we'll see what he does. Future-wise, it could be MJF versus Swerve or MJF. It could be MJF going for the national title for Ospreay. It could, because they had that stare down when Ospreay helped them out on Dynamite. So I think it was Dynamite. Pretty sure it was. But so everybody kind of looking forward to that match. So are they going to fight for the national title? I mean, that could be a great match. And then Swerve could fight Danielson.
He want that
rematch. Those two matches right there, that could get you in Wembley. That could just fill up Wembley for you, or at least get you some tickets sold. You know what I'm saying?
He just said that he wanted on I forgot what platform it was, but he said he wanted to fight Danielson again. But I want to throw something out there because I keep hearing rumblings about it. there are rumors that Shane McMahon has been in talk with AEW. And in addition to that, there's been rumors that, I saw this online, that apparently he was seen talking to Mercedes Monet in the Queens airport.
Okay.
Like that. So I don't know how true it is. It's all rumblings. I know Tony Khan said he hasn't spoken to Shane, but he would love to talk to him. So a McMahon in AEW, that name should go everywhere in wrestling, don't they? they
I
do.
mean, it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. What would Shane really do in AEW? I mean, you can help out backstage, but why? Why won't you stay with the company you've been with? I mean, you can say that about anybody, really, I guess. But for McMahon to go over there, it'll be big. But what would he actually do? What would he? Is he gonna try to be on every TV every week? Because I got tired of Shane. I popped when he came back, but for him to do all that best in the world stuff, be on some 5 series teams, to be be a wrestler, like we love a lot of Shane McMahon matches, but I feel like he was involved way too much in the last few runs he was doing. So I don't want to see him on TV like that. So I would say his best bet, if he is going to be there, help out backstage, help out the bookings if you can. Even though a lot of people didn't like his bookings in WWE, stuff he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. But if he's going to be over there, as rumors say, if he does be over there, go over there, I want to see what he actually does. I mean, because what can he change? Besides being a big pop and oh my God, he's actually here moment.
Yeah. Well, my thing would be, I don't know Tony Khan personally, but I know he's always taking jabs at WWE. So if you got a McMahon family member is there now in WWE, and then you got a McMahon in AEW too, the two biggest companies, like is that something you want? I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you, Ron. Like in general, but like, is that something that you want as an owner?
Right, because guess what? Think about it. Do you want Shane McMahon there? Well, last time Shane McMahon was in another company, what happened? With WCW, he showed up in WCW.
Yeah,
took over.
Yeah.
That's the last time he was. Do you want that? That could be a bad omen to me. If you ain't gotta look at it like that, but that could probably be a bad omen, man. I don't. Because like I said, he was in that ring at WCW. That's a flash. And that doc was just shown him there. That's a quick flashback. We see it right there. So do you actually want that? Because people automatically think, oh, he was in WCW. This is the new age WCW. Do we really want it? Is it gonna go in that same direction? I don't know, bro.
Look,
like I said, it just sounds like a big, oh my God, he's actually here moment. After that, I don't know.
And that's the beauty thing about wrestling and professional wrestling in general. Yeah, it would, like you to your point, it will be a big pop. But the only thing about it is what you do after that. I think I heard a few legends say it before. When back in the day, some of more the golden eras, they would say, "Okay, I'm doing this, but what's happening after this? If I'm putting this guy or lady over, what's going to happen after this?" So my point is, if he comes and he takes over booking, let's just say he takes over booking, what happens after that, right? Because we know Bryan Danielson is doing some backstage stuff, because Tony Khan out of his mouth said if he was to retire tomorrow, he would like for DB to BD to take over that part, at least booking, right? Because he's smart, intelligent, he loves wrestling. So it's a lot of factors there. I mean, I wonder why Mark Henry didn't renew his contract. I wonder. I know I get it. You got people leaving all over. Dijak, you got Rikishi, everybody leave. I get that all over the place. That's always been happening. Mm-hmm. It makes you wonder why Mark Henry really didn't decide not to renew. He said he's want to focus on building his brand, which I totally get too. But I mean, I remember he was on fire for AEW. Did the flame go out?
I don't know.
But
only he can say that.
Yeah, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments. What you thought about that portion of the conversation about AEW and Forbidden Door and what's to come. So many what ifs or what's going to happen out there right now. But we're going to transition. Are we ready? Because we got Money in the Bank coming up, right? So with Money in the Bank coming up, if you've been living under a rock for the last week in the wrestling world, man, from SmackDown last week to Raw this past week, man, let me just say it like this. Paul Heyman, looking rough and bugging on the face with the hair growing, eyes bloodshot red.
Bloodshot.
Hey, look. Hey, he told him, you are not my tribal chief. In Madison Square Garden.
Boy, that pop was out of this world, boy. I watched that a bunch of times, but I know a lot of people did. You had to. But that pop was just, man, for Paul Heyman like that, I mean, these people really want Roman back. Like, I mean, I think we all, because once he come back, imagine pop he gonna get. I don't know what city it's gonna be in, but it probably don't even matter because it's Roman.
Hey,
but
so let's start right here. Yes, to your point, we're gonna get to that about Roman. His big pop. We already hear it, the rumblings of it. We want Roman, we hear it, and we see Solo kind of rebuttals and says, "Oh, now you do. Oh, he ain't coming back." Little nuances he be saying. But here's the thing: since we're like, I dare say Bloodline 2.0, I dare say that, because it's one of the most respected names, if not the most respected name in the professional wrestling business. But what I want to say is this: he comes back. They're building out what they left off, right? They got a tag team. They got an enforcer. You got Solo saying, "Acknowledge me." So now, do they need a new wise man?
I got two names.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I got two names.
Let's hear it.
One, we'll see how this plays out, but Rikishi.
Oh, why? Tell the people why. I got to hear this one.
Rikishi. Because this man has been talking online, like saying, his support of his bloodline. What you going to do? That's his family. I mean, I think everybody in the family is always going to support everybody, no matter what's going on. But he always very vocal, always either on whatever platform, showing love to his people, and that's what he's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And so, he's always wanted to come back and be involved. We thought he was going to be involved earlier with the Usos was facing Roman, going back and forth with Roman. We always thought he was going to come back and have some kind of segment or anything, so he could do it with this. So, but like I said, the conflict with that would be if the Usos join back up with Roman. How would that play out? Because your father is going to be their wise man for the bloodline that's going on right now with Fatu, Solo, and the Tongans. That could be a conflict right there. So, I mean, it'd be crazy to see that. Somebody who's actually with the bloodline, who's actually Samoan. Yeah, you have Heyman been around the family for 30, 40 years, but somebody who's actually part of the blood, whose blood being our wise man, looking out for us.
Okay. What was the second one?
Second one, he was with them with Umaga, Armando, Alejandro, Estrada.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You practiced that all day, didn't you?
Look, man, I had to put it on. I put it on now. But I think he managed Jacob for a little bit too. Mm. So that's an automatic thing. Umaga, he's already with Umaga, with 5'2", Jacob, and so why not be with the rest of the family?
Wow.
Especially if Zilla come in sometime soon, because Zilla been talking too.
He been talking.
Yeah, he got the Umaga on his chest. I don't know if that's new or not, but he got the Umaga tattoo on his chest. His father tattoo on his chest.
Yeah.
I manage your father. I manage you too, your son. If that's it, that's whenever Zilla decides to come in, because That's a number of guys that could come in for the group because I mean, it's so many of them, and they all are great in the ring and great for this business.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's 2 tie-ins right there. But that's if they want to go that route. It could be somebody else, maybe. It could be somebody else that we might not be thinking of, but that's 2 right there who already been close to the family and, or our family.
I have to say one thing to the people, though. Although that happened to Paul Heyman, and he took the bump through the table, and he took the spike, he took the hit, but he took all that. I still can't help but wonder, is he still a setup for him to turn on Roman? He went through all that.
Yeah.
Because it'd be unexpected, right? At this point, right? If he did that.
Yeah, and Roman attacked Paul Heyman too before, but he was still with him.
Mm-hmm.
Forgave him.
I remember.
Paul could still be with them, maybe, but this is a teaching moment. And it's kind of what I wanted Roman and them to do before, teach people a lesson while he was had his stuff going on already. Because, people was like, how should I word it? Like, oh, I'm in trouble. You said this. Remember like Jay said, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief say.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get no repercussions exactly after that. It was the Uzi moment after that.
Mm-hmm.
With Solo, you get repercussions on site right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I always thought Roman was going to do. But Solo is showing those repercussions. You saying this, I gave you a chance to reconcile it. Because this felt like Paul Heyman's last chance to show his love for Solo and acknowledge him and put the lay on it. But Paul Heyman seeing that, that lay, that would broke him down. He's like, I can't do that, man. That's too far. But Solo gave Paul a chance, especially after last week when he was telling Punk, take me with you and stuff like that. Like he was saying, save me from this. Solo was kind of letting that slide. And this was his last chance. Like, it's time to acknowledge me. It's time to acknowledge me. I'm in this position now. Roman ain't coming back. I got this crew together. I'm probably adding more members you don't even know about. But I'm trying to keep you here. So I'm giving you this chance. As soon as he said that, Samoan Spike.
Look, here's the thing about that, bro. And I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the sheet here because if you're gonna be, he also said that night. Solo said, "You're my wise man."
Yeah, mine. Right? Yeah.
So if he said that, and now they don't have one, man, I ain't gonna lie. Out of all the names you could have named, bro, I did not expect those 2. I'll be honest with you. I thought you were gonna say like somebody's already backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's kind of just chilling. You know what I mean?
It could be.
I did not expect that.
It could be now, but those are 2 names that are tied to the family, or have been. You know what I'm
saying? What is it then? Like, so obviously, like we said last week, we got to see what happens because SmackDown's going to be in Toronto. Money in the Bank obviously is going to be in Toronto as well as Heatwave on Sunday. But what I'm saying is, they have to keep building this thing up because the following week it was like Jacob debut, right? Yeah. This week they put Paul Heyman to the table. You got to top it. You got to top it this week. Yeah. And yet alone, you got a match on Saturday against 3 of the top guys.
Yeah, and the Bloodline should win that match.
Yeah, they should.
They should. They need to win that match. They want to show they are a force. Jacob took him out himself, but this is a match, and to get a victory they need. Because I don't know exactly what they're planning for SummerSlam, but are they going to do Solo versus Cody? Like everybody thought it was going to be Orton. I think it's going to be Orton versus Cody because that's kind of been, having little moments of people saying this and that, or Orton looking at the title, Orton looking at Cody when he said certain things about him being a legend killer. That kind of woke Orton up, and he did a look to him. But the way it's building, it's got to be Solo versus Cody. Because SummerSlam ain't too far after Money in the Bank. Just
30 days from the day.
Build up right there.
30 days from the day, August 3rd.
See, right here. And all they building up right now is this 6-man, which like I said, the Bloodline need to win. and probably pin Cody maybe, but just so he can get that shot and show he needs that shot. And saying, and then you'll tell him what's gonna happen at SummerSlam if he does get that shot.
Look, man, I thought, I know we saw it at what was that, Clash of the Castle, when somebody got a snippet shot of Orton looking at the title on Cody's shoulder. But I think now, my personal opinion, Orton and Cody, they could build it in 4 weeks with a lot of history, but it seems like it's too soon now. Because if they do that match, what does the Bloodline do? I mean, does Roman come back and face Solo? That's what everybody talking about too, I also saw a post that about Kevin Owens versus Jacob and how the people ain't ready for that one. Because that'll be.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, why didn't I think about that match? Why? That's good. Oh, that would be fire, bro. That would be fire. That would be fire. Oh man. Okay. I didn't even think about that match. I don't know why.
It's okay, man. It's so much going on.
Because I'm so thinking about the 6-man and Solo getting a title shot on because he's the main guy right now for the Bloodline. But Jacob versus Kevin, ooh. And if they let Jacob do some promos back and forth with them two, mean. I'm ready to see that.
Hey, dude, a werewolf and a prize fighter going at it. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
and thing is, Orton and Cody, that could be built up for any show. Because, like I said in the last show, or anyway, well, as I said before, all of these shows have been big. They could do in Berlin. It don't matter because all these shows are big. They could build Orton and Cody up for either one of them.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, right now is it depends on what happens Saturday and at SummerSlam. Because when does the Roman come back? And that's what a lot of stuff depends on. When does he come back?
Yeah.
But Bloodline needs to look strong before he does. They need to continue to look strong, get W's. Like I said, they need I feel like they need those tag team titles. That'll help. And like I said, Solo getting a shot, and Roman just music hit, and he calls Solo the title. See what happens with that for what he did to Paul. But they need to explain why Roman hasn't responded for Paul Heyman. If he he was so close, and he did his man his speech. He did introduced him for his speech. And you're not gonna come help this man after all these weeks, and this man looking distraught, disheveled. So they got to explain why Roman hasn't been there. I know he lost his father, but that was afterwards, or like this week. It ain't been. This been going for the longest. So you got to explain why Roman been going and not come back and help Paul, or settle things and say. Say to Solo White, how you tribal chief? Did I say you were tribal chief, or did I miss something? So they got to explain all that.
Yo, I know Sean been itching at the bit to talk about this one. Sean,
yo,
as a matter of fact, RC made good recommendations. The initial question was, does the Bloodline need a new wise man?
No. Not with this bloodline. This bloodline, a wise man doesn't fit in this bloodline because it's anarchy. It's every man for themselves. The wise man could not fit.
That's true too.
Could not fit in the chaos that is this bloodline, because this bloodline, they're not looking for counsel. They're not looking for guidance. This bloodline's out for cold blood murder. This bloodline's out to get whoever they are assigned to get. So they're not looking for a wise man. If it was to be a wise man, it'll be somebody that pretty much is just there, kind of just to cause extra chaos. So they're not really looking for a wise man.
Okay,
and
so we had
the point. I mean, this was kind of already set up to. The writing was on the wall a long time ago. Writing was on the wall as soon as Roman went on a sabbatical, went on his hiatus, the writing was on the wall that this wasn't going to work. And there was seeds planted prior to WrestleMania to where anytime Solo got to an escalated point and Roman would try to, like, you know, hold him back, they would make eye contact as almost like, okay, I don't want no parts of this other Solo that's on the inside of Solo. So this was bubbling over for quite some time. So,
well, with that being said, you know, we was not, I ain't gonna say fantasy booking, but we were trying to see does you know, RC made a great statement that this weekend in Money in the Bank that Bloodline should go over on Orton, with RKO the team, RKO the team and Cody, because they didn't make them look stronger. And does that mean that Solo gets the title shot at SummerSlam against Cody? You know, and because I know there's a lot of, you know, you look at the rumor mill is all, you know, it's going to be Roman going to come back, he's going to fight Solo at SummerSlam, and Cody's going to fight Orton and all these different things. But does it make sense for Cody to fight Orton right now? You know what I'm saying? So many different factors there, man. So, you know, and I also mentioned the fact that, look, the last 2 weeks on SmackDown, it's been elevated with the Bloodline. So something big has to happen this weekend. Something big has to happen to make you forget about what happened in the last 2 weekends.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to forget. But that's the build-up. But
yeah.
But as I said, that victory is needed, and we got to see when Roman coming back. I'm trying to think when I would want him to come back. Will be the perfect moment for him? But it's a lot to be played out, so I don't know just yet.
I don't see Roman coming back on Money in the Bank. I see him coming back like on a random SmackDown. You know, a random moment on SmackDown. His music hit, crowd goes bananas. Because this Money in the Bank, this is going to have to solidify their decision to remove the Wise Man. So they need if anything, the Bloodline needs RKO. This is going to have to solidify that we don't need counsel. We don't need a wise counsel. We are our own counsel. So this is more so on the Bloodline this time around versus Team RKO. They don't really have a lot to lose.
Yeah, but also they were going to keep him, though. It's just what Paul said, and it was just the last straw. They wanted to keep him. They wanted to keep him, but this was just the last straw. Mm-hmm. And Solo's like, okay, Samoan Spike then. Mm-hmm. you go there. You going through a table. You're going to see these repercussions.
Yeah. Now he knew.
You know what we're capable of, and you decided to say that in my face?
He knew Paul was loyal to Roman. Come on now. He ought to knew that.
He
ought to knew better.
I guess he figured he could scare him into acknowledging him now.
And that was the whole point with him saying, Paul, I love you. I hate to tell you this, but Roman's not coming back. That was the psychology he's trying to get into Paul's head, I guess. I would assume that. I mean, because I mean, we all know Roman coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the twist is Solo the real tribal chief? That's the question.
No, he's not. I'm trying to tell you, he's not.
Yeah. No, he is. Because I know you think about The Rock, but The Rock was never want to be tribal chief. He wants to be the final boss.
The Rock.
That's his title.
The Rock.
He wants to be high what do they call it? High chief or whatever it is. He never wanted to be tribal chief. So Solo is the tribal chief. Well, everybody else most like is Roman Reigns.
Is there a separation between? Is now a separation between the head of the table and the tribal chief? So is The Rock the head of the table?
Those, brackets. Those brackets was never spoken of and explained. That's what who was really ahead, because they were saying between Roman and Rock himself already. Who was really in charge here? Because you say you the tribal chief, you say you the final boss. Who's really leading?
Look,
and a lot of people saying Rock was taking Roman's shine, but Roman made that man acknowledge him. And we'll see what happens, in the future, whatnot, down the road. But they'll still never clarify exactly, because they weren't going against each other. They was teaming up, and they got that tag team match.
Right.
And they won the tag team match. But Roman lost the main event to Cody. So And this is what we have left. There's repercussions after that. This is what we have after that. Roman's gone. Solo's took over. He done brought everybody in, wrecking shop. And we think, like you said, you think is Rock behind it, or is Solo just going from what he wanted to do and what he was trained to do, actually trained to do, while he was with Roman? Because he was holding the lay. I forgot the name of it, but the lay for a few SmackDowns. He was looking at it, looking at Roman. You know what I'm saying? Usos was trying to put him in that spot. You know what I'm saying? The fans was chanting Solo back then, saying, "Oh, we want Solo instead of you, Roman." And now that the fans, fickle fans, now we don't switched it. Solo actually got it now, but now y'all want Roman again.
Look,
so it's a back and forth thing, and everything counts and everything makes sense and it's built up.
It's built up. It's built up to a point now, man. I mean, like you said, two things gonna have to happen. Solo gonna have to we're gonna have to see if Solo is stepping into that main guy figure, like will he get a title shot like that? And then the Bloodline, they're gonna have to continue to dominate him. This Money in the Bank, I feel, is a big one for the Bloodline.
Look,
yeah,
I want to bring everybody's attention back to something. We talked about this multiple times. The first thing I'm gonna say, Rock said your story. He told Cody, not the WrestleMania, your story with Roman is over. I want you to catch this now. Your story with Roman is over now, and me and yours about to just begin. And The Rock has equity, as we know. He has leadership. He can. The way his character, the final boss, was, I can make decisions in his company. So was that a subliminal shot? Secondly, what did he say? The first Raw of the year. Did The Rock sit at the booth, the bar, or the head of the table?
Mm-hmm.
You think he forgot about that?
I know he ain't forgot about it, but that was when he was actually trying to go for Roman, and they had to pivot. I'm not saying it's not going to factor back in. I'm just saying that's when they was trying to build towards 40 with Roman, but they could come back with it to 41.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I was saying last time, Rock got to hurry up because the timeline is the way it's built up right now is Solo, and then like I said, Jacob Fatu is a force, not just in the ring, but that man can talk. If they let that man talk, people might like him more than Solo.
I think that actually, I've heard that was maybe one of the reasons he was delayed his debut, because I watched his promos in MLW. That dude can cut some promos. He can cut some promos. He athletic, and he's also weight now, so he's ready to go. So I agree with you. He has to be in that match on Saturday. He has to be.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's like a wasted debut. You know what I'm saying? He had maybe Solo don't fight. Maybe just him and the Tongas. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Solo needs to fight. I think because like I said, Jacob handled all three of them by himself. But now he got Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. They can take some hits, but Jacob gonna be the, like I said, enforcer and finish whoever gets pinned. He gonna get that pin. He the one gonna get that pin. He got to.
So let me ask you this. As we transition there, because we're going to come back and talk about Money in the Bank, because there's a lot of build going on both brands with that. But what is it about groups right now in WWE? You had the Wyatt 6 debut, yes. The Bloodline just keeps doing things. We like, oh man, somebody come in, somebody go out. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about another group who's kind of having some rocky states too. The Judgment Day.
Yeah.
The reason I transition and bring that up is because the stipulation for the world title match this week, right? Not only the stipulation of between Seth and Damian Priest that if Seth loses, he don't get another title shot as long as Priest is champion, but also if Seth wins, Damian is no longer in the Judgment Day. And his response was, "They need me more than I need them." Essentially, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And then this whole stuff with Liv going on. And Dominic ain't thinking straight, even though they got tag team titles. That him and Finn and JD won tag team titles, and Finn told Damian Priest on Monday, ever since you became world champion, you changed.
Yeah, and I go with that. I feel like Pretty should have said, yeah, I'm supposed to change. I have to be the main guy here. I have to change. I have to elevate myself. I can't be running around thinking about what Liv doing in this locker room with us, or in the clubhouse they call it. I can't be thinking about that. I got to be thinking about have a championship mentality. You're not supposed to stay the same. You're supposed to keep it to you involved. Like he said before, Seth beat me last time I had that mentality. I have that mentality now. I'm the champion. I run this show. So, yes, I'm changing. I'm changing for the better for us, not just for myself, for this group. Like you said, when Rhea had the title, she had to change. We depended on her, and she mattered. We needed her. We needed her to have that title. Now y'all got the tag team titles. Y'all good, but I still don't want Liv being the catalyst of what we got going on because we already got a solid group. We don't need Liv. Yeah, Liv got to go y'all some shots. It's cool, but she can't be in. That don't mean she in our group. She not in the Judgment Day. I talked to. He said he talked to Dominic. I talked to Rhea. She's mad. She ain't cool with this. Do you love Rhea? Oh, you got love for Rhea? Or are you trying to slide in with Liv? And are you doing that too, Finn Balor? You've been playing games, going back and forth, doing stuff like that, and you got her in the clubhouse by yourself. What's really going on? You're not really explaining. Yeah, she getting you all these shots, but you're not explaining what's going on. You ain't answering my questions for real. So like I said, I got to focus on Seth freaking Rollins. This man came back with a vengeance saying he want his title back. This man held the title for, about 9 months? So, I got to watch out for this man. I got to be ready. I can't be thinking about y'all. Yeah, so, yeah, I've changed. So he should have came back with something like that. But, yeah, I mean, he did it pretty well. Like I said, talking about like the real thing with the championships. Like I said, we need each other to have a championship, to keep each other accountable. Iron sharp as iron. That's how we got to be. So, yes, I've changed. So, it just depends on where it goes. But, he was telling Dominic, you've been saying the same thing for weeks. Nothing changed with you. You ain't doing what you say you're going to do. So, that, I mean, he trying to focus, and y'all taking his focus away.
Go ahead, Sean.
Man, to piggyback off what Crump said, I mean, but in actuality, it's more so. I mean, he came out and Damian Priest came out and said pretty much they need me more than I need them. Mm-hmm. I mean, so that was you already putting for people that's loyal to that got your back, because we can't sit here and act like those guys ain't got Damian Priest back. Like for him to come out and say that, I mean, granted, I know what he meant, I know where he coming from, trying to you're the champ now. But I mean, you pretty much threw your team under the bus. So you kind of lost face value credibility with them in the back. Granted, you got a lot of other stuff going on, a lot of other external factors, but you came out and said it, not them, So it's like you're painting the picture as if, hey, they're extras. I don't really need them. So what happened to the brotherhood? So I'm like, if I'm your boy and you come out and say that, man, you ain't about to see me in no clubhouse. You don't need me anyway. I ain't gonna be there when you get back. So and then the healing me is like, man, Damian Priest, what a face thing is that to do? Like, you're more of a face than you would. You might as well just roll on out, bro.
And
go ahead, Crump. Go ahead.
But this, I don't think this should be his way out. That's why I hope he beats Seth. But like I say, it might be some shenanigans, because every title match he had, there's been some shenanigans going on. Jey Uso, Judgment Day interfered. Drew, CM Punk. Now what would happen? Can he beat him one-on-one on his own? Or would it be somebody or something to come in between it and help him win? Because I still feel like Damian Priest is going to SummerSlam to face Gunther. Yes, Seth and Gunther would have a great match. It'd be a good match for SummerSlam, but I don't think Seth was winning this match on Saturday.
Well,
I don't see that.
Let me ask you this. Now, we've seen a lot lately. We've been seeing a lot of, it was common, back in the day, the classic face versus the classic heel. That was always a big thing back in the day. And then we got the classics, top babyface versus top babyface. But we've been seeing quite a few consistent top heel versus top heel. I mean, that's Drew and Damian at Clash of the Castle. That was two heels. They were two heels going in. And now you're talking about potential Damian Priest facing Gunther at SummerSlam. As of today, those are two heels at this very moment. So I would think in between that, and see, you bring up a good point. You say you don't think Seth needs to win, and you know it would be a great match for Gunther. However, so when does the Judgment Day cost Damian Priest the title then?
As soon as possible. It's bound to happen. I think they call him. Well, I don't want to get ahead.
I can't say with this match. No,
it's in my bold prediction, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, man. But I don't think it's gonna be this match. I think they still got a little extra layer they have to lay on this one.
Okay. It's so much that we gotta. Oh man, it's so much. Oh, so much. Episode 10, full of juice, y'all. Full of juice. Hey, look, a lot of meat in that bone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think though, but what I will say, RC, to your point, you say you don't think Seth needs to win. Yeah, he don't need to win, and maybe most of the WWE universe would like to see Seth versus Gunther. But I wouldn't be mad to the point if Damian Priest versus Gunther was the match as well, because I know it would. I know it would also deliver.
Yeah,
it will also deliver, and then we have to see what else Seth would do. For SummerSlam, which I'm sure they can find something. I think, but I really do think personally that as we get ready to transition into the Money in the Bank preview, I do think that somebody's going to interfere in that match. I don't think it's going to be a straight like one-on-one victory between Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. I really do. I think somebody's going to interfere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because all his title match, like I was saying before, all his title matches been like that so far. And people already think he shouldn't be a champion right now. But like I said, I feel like he's still proving himself, and that's how he wants to prove himself. Ain't like he asking for this interference. That's the thing. He's not asking for it. He wanted to do it himself. and the turn, that's what it's a slow turn.
Yeah.
But like I said, people just not let him do him. And they do him how he believes, because he believes in himself. But a lot of people just this situation continue to happen. That's all. He's a victim of these situations. But he's keeping the title on him. But I hope Finn don't get that jealous to cost him a title like that, because I feel like they should be defending their own titles. I don't think they defend him at Money in the Bank, but he should focus on that now. Him and JD.
But you
don't interfere in my match.
You can't,
especially if I don't ask you to be there.
You can't unsee what you saw on Raw. There's clearly some tension there. Man, listen.
Oh yeah. But I mean, kind of explained it down a little bit, but it's still some tension. Yeah.
Because if I'm your boy, we'd have been together all this time. I'm your boy, and you don't. I mean, what's going on? You didn't want to. So I get it, because he in Damian Priest's mind, people looked at him as the paper champ. I was one of them. You're just a transitional champion. So in his mind, it's that chip on his shoulder to be a transitional champion. Now you're about to face Seth, which is that's gonna be your like your second biggest title defense. You know what I'm saying? And it's now you got this big old chip on your shoulder, so it's like I have to prove myself. No disrespect to my team, but I have to do this on my own. So I get both sides. But then you're not gonna just be my boy. And then when you get in front of folk, now all of a sudden you changing the fields. I mean, you can't unsee that. So something gotta happen.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have worded it different. Don't say I don't need you, but I'm not focused on I don't need them to help me to beat you, Seth.
Because
he should have said something like that.
Because what
more something like that.
If you're gonna say something like that, then you need to be the type of person, the type of champ that you just, before things get hot, you're just gonna eliminate them before they get you. That's what the guys I know in the back. I know one guy in particular would have done this already. It would have been squashed. We wouldn't be here. But he ain't built like that. He ain't built like that.
Ain't he the one? Never mind. Never mind. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. But you know, y'all bring up good points. And like you said, Sean, we don't want to get too much into it because I know you got the bold predictions today, and you're probably gonna expand on that because again, there's so much meat on that bone because which direction they go from there. You know, to your point, Liv Morgan hanging out in the clubhouse, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Carlito hanging out. He ain't even officially part of the group.
They didn't talk about that too. They didn't talk about that because Carlito there every week.
Carlito there home.
Like, God, dog, is he in the group or not?
Yeah.
But I know this is I'm probably getting ahead of myself. But can we talk about how good Liv Morgan is working? This girl she's amazing. She's playing her part to the T.
This is the best she ever been. Best she ever been,
bro.
Bar none.
I didn't expect this. Like, man, she's playing her part to the T. She's really entertaining, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually really happy for her because there's been she's been champion before. She's won Money in the Bank before. Mm-hmm. She was the last, I think, the last. What was it? It was like 2 years in a row. She was like the second, the runner up for the win in the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. I think, like for the women.
Might have been 3, Bo.
Yeah, I know at least 2.
Might have been 3.
She was like the runner up with Rhea. As a matter of fact, I think with Bayley this past year, this year too. Yeah, so the last 2 years she's been the runner up. You know what I'm saying? So she ever got so close, but now they get more into her character development. And I think with that piece, she's really working it. And even for Dom, you know, Dom is really, you know, he's like trying to be the good guy, right? He wants to be faithful to mommy, right? And things of that nature. So I think in that regard, the way he's been developing character as well, because clearly you can see it's bothering him. I mean, look, he had a match with his father this past Monday, which he lost for the 3rd time.
Yeah. Like, yeah, indeed, bro.
He's a good man.
So you don't think he really wanted that? He lost to him. Not only did he lose to him 3 times, he lost to him twice at Mania.
Right.
I know, right? That wasn't Mania, man. That was cheating. No, I ain't gonna lie. That was cheap, bro. You got a big old football player come up in there. Hey, man, come on now.
Look, you can say whoever you want. The fact of the matter is the man lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He lost again. So what I'm saying is, you don't think that's another? Maybe that's the thing that's going to be like, okay, I'm caving. I just need your help. You know, maybe mommy's not here. I've been, you know, you might say I've been kind of broken since mommy left. Not to mention she got married. You know, but that's another subject. That's another subject. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna put that in the story. That ain't in the story.
yeah, I know. But you know, but what I'm saying is maybe that's the thing. And then Judgment Day is not the same. Even though Finn and JD won the titles, that's been overshadowed by the problems.
Yeah. But the thing is, with Dominic, ever since he got away from his dad, he always needs somebody to lean on. He pushed his dad away, so he leaned on mommy. Mommy gone. He trying to lean on the rest of Judgment, but Liv is right there saying, "Lean on me." So
you don't want that. You don't want it. He playing hard. He playing. You don't want it.
Yeah, he say that, but that's his mouth saying. But I don't know.
Look at man.
Cause like I said, like Pre said, you've been saying that for like about 3-4 weeks, bro. Right. And you ain't pushed away. You ain't mean nothing. You ain't put your foot down yet. What's going on?
Hey, let's be real. She is not she's a very beautiful young lady. Mm-hmm. This man is sitting here and she come out talking about calling him daddy and all that type of stuff. Man, that man folded. Say what you want. That man folded. and in doing so, he's gonna make a rash decision. But this is a kicker right here. This is a kicker for me. You can add on to this as well as we continue to talk about Judgment Day here. He folds, he gives in, and then does mommy come right back? Right? Does she come right back? Now what is he gonna do? Right? Mm-hmm. Or do they continue to this for even a little longer time and mommy comes back, Dominic, choose. I mean, both of them in the ring. Dominic, who do you choose? I think that'll be the one right there. Who do you choose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's a real that you shouldn't even be thinking about it.
Right.
But we, like I said, but that still got more to build up because I don't think they got anything at Money in the Bank right now for the besides Priest. The rest of Judgment they ain't really doing nothing. So
I mean, yeah, that's
I don't know if it's gonna happen there or something just gonna. It might have. They might do like a backstage thing where him and Liv. But next Raw got to be something big. Got to happen next Raw because that'll be leading to on the way to SummerSlam. So yeah.
Yeah, it sure will be.
Yeah, 30 days from today. We talked about earlier. SummerSlam is 30 days exactly from today. But, so, you know.
I mean, so R-Truth and them, they're going to have to get their rematch. So.
Maybe, but I don't see it.
I don't see them winning.
I don't know. Because I mean, I don't know who else they building up for them title shots. So, yeah.
Yeah, only thing we know right now. Well, you say that, but I want to remind you that SummerSlam is in Cleveland. Where's the Miz from?
Oh yeah, Cleveland.
And that's the Miz said too. Miz, I mean not Miz, but R-Truth said, "Hey, we could do it big in your hometown."
Yeah, and Miz.
Oh
Miz, Miz said it on those backstage exclusive type of things. Miz was saying, because it's still in reference to the Judgment Day. He was saying, you're gonna talk to your partner. You got to talk to your partner before making decisions like that. I had a plan for us to defend the titles in Cleveland at SummerSlam. And who else got a problem with Judgment Day? Braun Strowman. Now he's saying this needs to stop. I'm tired of it. Mm-hmm. So that's another part they got to deal with. They got stuff dealing with internally and externally.
Yeah.
So look, the 2-pick only gonna hold for so long.
We're gonna see but I'm trying to think who else can get involved with that because that's what I want to see what the Wyatt 6 gonna do.
Character development still with them. That's why they're doing these little interviews. You feel me?
Yeah, but it's mostly been about Taylor Rotunda, which is Bo Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all of them are gonna get one like that. Because they already did 2 just with him. I know he the main figure of the group, but everybody else needs to be explained too. You can do 2-in-1 show for them. Get Sister Abigail with Nikki Cross and Joe Gacy. I guess he's gonna be Huskers the Pig, but they need to get their backstory, get their explanation of why they're here with the group, or what was their role to being in the Y6, or what, and just like Bo Dallas is doing, explaining himself and why he's downtrodden, and what's his motivations. What are their motivations? Then they ain't got to focus on them just each show every week. You could do 2-in-1 show. Give Michael Cole 2 tapes, or have it be on the same tape, or whatever it is. If you gonna keep doing the tape thing, they showing up and scaring off Chad Gable, but like what's they beef with him? And Bo Dallas said something about families, and you like where it's going, and that's could be a reason why they fight. They go against Chad Gable because of what he's doing to Alpha Academy. No. But can they affect the Judgment Day? That's why I bring them up, because they can affect the Judgment Day the same way. That's supposed to be a family or whatever. Would they get involved with them?
Man,
somehow
they ain't ready for that. The current Judgment Day and all the stuff they got going on, they ain't ready for the Y6 to show up on.
They not, but Y6 they was ready for the Y6 for what everybody got beat up in the back. Nobody was ready.
They're gonna go missing.
They got to get all the security.
Yeah, they're gonna go missing, man. But I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with the Judgment Day.
Yeah, you bring up a good point too. I mean, does that, if they do get involved, let's say the Y6 does get involved with the Judgment Day some kind of way, they have a run in, right? Let's think about it like that. You brought up Chad. He got the beat down of the year that we didn't see, right?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? We saw the aftermath, but he's changing now. Now he quote unquote bullied his old family, the Alpha Academy. Now he's trying to get back on their good graces. But at the same time, the Creed brothers are talking to him. So now that's changed him. So now, not only that, which is a perfect transition here. He's in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Does he win it because of this? Or because it seems like every segment he's involved in, they show up, the Wyatts. So it's a situation where he climbs the ladder, then that music hits again.
It could. They don't have to come out. They could stand somewhere and they could scare him off the ladder or just take him away from the match, period. Right. But that's going to be a lot of interference in that match from what I think may be happening. Because you know who else is in that match? McIntyre. And you know who's following behind McIntyre, who don't want him to win anything? CM Punk. So it could be a lot of interference in that match with just them two alone. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see how this may go.
Chad, he ain't winning. I don't think he winning the Money in the Bank, man. I mean, you got a whole horror movie chasing you every day, man. So I don't think he gonna make it that far, man. He's not, man. But I want to know, why is he such a big target? I know you touched on family and stuff, but man, I think it has to be deeper than that, man. It has to be deeper than that. And I want to know why the security guard keep passing out every time this girl show up.
Hey,
right? I like getting beat up, or they just passing out. Like, is it the gas? I mean, what's going on?
Because right after that, they show right back up with their arms folded.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Somebody asked about that at a live show, and they asked about what happened. But nobody, I think they didn't. The person there didn't really see what happened with them. They just was out on the table.
How they pass Michael Cole though?
Right. Look, but then, like I said, with Bo Dallas, like I said, it's the family thing, and Bo has lost. It's named Taylor, lost Bray, and they was reconciling what they was doing. Not that they had issues, but Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt, the character, had issues on TV, but they reconciled on TV, and they're trying to take over until this, he passed away, and so that's why he trying to focus on how you treating your family, because I lost mine. I wish I had this man here. I wanted to be like my brother. So for you to just take for granted the family that you have with you, who's been holding your back, and you've been bullying them, how could you do that?
Mm-hmm. That's a good angle.
That could be that's how deep it could be right there.
Yeah, that's a good angle.
And so you saying that's why I said Chad Gable, Judgment Day, maybe even the Bloodline eventually.
Oh boy, that'll be something there, boy.
Man, right? Because these two groups come up at the same time, just like with the Wyatts and the Shield. Mm-hmm. Those two groups come at the same time. Wyatt 6 on Raw. Bloodline on Planet. Yeah. So whenever they clash, that could be, like I said, that could be down the road. But there could be a list of them who they go after, because family is a big thing for anybody. But for Bo Dallas, like I said, he lost his family, so he's downtrodden, and then put him in a dark place to where he has to be this Uncle Howdy character, and lash out on whoever else is not doing what they're supposed to do for their family, or just crossing them. Period.
We will know if that theory is correct if they go after Jey Uso. He got a problem.
Yeah. He keeps saying I don't want no parts in them. He keeps saying,
he's trying to stay away from that, bro.
And that,
Shane Gable is too, really, but
not only that, I mean, granted, the way things were going in the Bloodline, that's still your family at the end of the day. So if your theory is correct, then Jey Uso will be in that list too.
He could be. Like I said, that's still to be down the road, because everybody's expecting Jey Uso, and whenever Jimmy comes back, they'll get back with Roman, so he will be getting back with his family.
Right. And
maybe. Yep. But it just depends on where they want to go right now and towards SummerSlam.
I like how they are having the dialogue between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas. I really like it. I think this is oh man, it's so many layers to that whole scene, man. It's perfect. It's perfect. And so now it looks like they become one.
Yeah, and for them to be in the Firefly Funhouse,
that door looked like it was about to open up on the last scene.
Yeah, so for them to have them talking in there, it's just, that's why I said, and for them to be there, they need to show these other characters. What is their purpose to being with you.
They might be next.
Yeah, hopefully they are. You're gonna see all these tapes. But
I
we'll have a stack of tape.
Hey, but you know,
Michael gonna have a stack of tape on the table.
I like the tapes. You know them. Everybody, them Gen Zs in the audience, they don't know what a VHS is.
Oh, that's what Michael was saying. Like, but for you kids out there who don't know what this is a VHS. Let's see if we have one in the back.
Yeah. He's gonna.
Let me ask you this. I just thought about it. Now, this might be going way out there. I admit that. But you talk about family, talk about the Judgment Day, you talk about the Wyatts. If they brought... So, both, for those of you who don't know, Taylor Rotunda used to date Liv Morgan. I don't think they're together anymore.
No, they're not.
Would they use that? Because he's talking about losing his brother. And now maybe she, he felt betrayed from that and all these different things. Now, again, I admit that may be going way out there. But if you're talking about to get a...
That's real personal. I mean, the brothers, him and Bray real personal too, but I don't know if they're going to go that far, but we'll see. Because they already got this love triangle with Dominic and Rhea, so I think they're focusing on that right now.
Oh.
So if they do that, it'll be further down the line.
But what about this? If we saying Chad Gable not going to... If he may get screwed over at the Money in the Bank, will Alexa Bliss show up and cost him that?
Ooh. What would that tie in? I'm not even sure. But that she keeps getting supposed to be like a, we keep hearing she's supposed to be a member.
They keep speculating about who the sixth member is, but like I said, we got nobody the members up there now or so, but like I said, everything will come out eventually.
Wow. Look, this could be potentially the most anticipated Money in the Bank. Not to say the other ones wasn't, because I feel every year is really good. Last year they had the Bloodline Civil War. But this is it's so many like what ifs right now, right? It's so many like, oh man, if this happened, if that happened, who's going to interfere here? Who's going to call somebody to that? Because Drew's going around talking about, I'm going to win and cash in the same night. He's not hiding. Nope. He's going out saying that. You know what I'm saying? So, and to Sean's point, CM Punk, coming in is like, well, as long as I'm here, you ain't getting no title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he said in the press conference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so many different things, so many different layers to that piece right there, man. So I got to ask the fellas, who is going to win the man's Money in the Bank match?
So we got Carmelo. We got Drew
Jey Uso. LA Knight. You got Andrade.
Man, Escobar in it?
Nah, he lost that match. He lost
that match. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Drew, Jay,
Carmelo.
Carmelo. Dang, hold on. That's 4. I don't know why we can't think of who else in this match.
We done talk so much we can't even think about it. It's all right. I'll tell you right now. Chad Gable, we just said it.
Oh Lord, Chad. And who is the person?
How are we talking about Chad?
We're just talking about him. But
Chad
those are your 6. So who? It's a 2-parter. RC, I want you to answer who's going to win. Sean, I want you to answer who needs it more.
Okay.
To me, like I said, Jay needs he got the most crowd response a lot of nights on Raw. Most nights, I feel like. And he's hot right now.
Uh-huh.
He's on the poster. This man, and he needs that big win.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Jay's winning. And like I said, he ain't got to cash in right now. People saying, he got to go for the bloodline thing. Okay, this man got a whole year. He ain't got to cash in right now. So I feel like that's Jey Uso's to win.
And we all know how the covers go. We see what happened on the Madden covers. Just because you're on the cover don't mean you about to do something.
You're right about that, Lord. They the cover curse.
Yo, just because you're on the cover don't mean you about to do something. Now, I would say, out of the list, Drew McIntyre deserves it more, man, because the boy done got screwed over time and time again. When is he finally going to be able to hold his title successfully? He won the title when there was nobody in the audience. We was in a pandemic. He didn't get his shine then. We just saw
twice, by the way. Twice.
Come on. Then we saw what happened at Mania. He won the title, held it up, and CM Punk snatched it from him. He went into his
That's his fault.
Yeah, it was his fault. Yeah, it was
his fault, bro.
He went to his and got the dreams taken away again. So I would say Drew McIntyre is coming home with the victory.
Look, so Sean, I want to expand on that. I hear your prediction, brother. You know I do, but I don't think he's gonna win. He may need it, but I don't think he's gonna win for this simple reason. First off, let's say he does what he says he's gonna do, wins it, and then cashes in successfully.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre does not need the world title for a match. Honestly,
not saying face Gunther anyway.
Yeah, honestly, if they, and that's another point. Yeah, Gunther already got the shot. In my opinion, the way this rivalry's been built, they can easily main event the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because people want to stay for a main event. They want to see what happens, right? That's what draws it. Like, what's going to happen when they touch finally in a way that they can all fight back? Because they've been attacking each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, here and there. Like, CM Punk.
It's one of the top 5 storylines this year.
Yeah, it is. And it's been going on since what? Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Punk had one match, but still relevant.
And
look, come on.
And Punk was injured all that time.
Right. He's still making himself relevant.
Yeah. You know, and I think to that point, man, it's just one of those situations where, and I'm going to throw who I think. I'm agree with RC. I think Jey Uso is going to win.
You would say
I think Jey is going to win. And let me tell you why. He does need it. Every title shot he's had, he's lost. Every single championship opportunity he had thus far, he's lost.
What is that?
So,
another person that can probably interfere, Logan Paul.
Oh, for LA Knight?
Yeah. That match is done for SummerSlam. That match is done. I know that's going to be the match. LA Knight, Logan Paul has to be.
But he's another person that could interfere.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, it could be a dark horse to win. Like I said, Carmella could win. Because like I said, Money in the Bank was originally, it's person who you think can't get his title shot another way. And that could be Carmelo.
If Carmelo,
like I said,
man,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. I mean, that's going to be stellar for him, man.
He had a rough start a little bit, but that could build him up. He could hold that briefcase on SmackDown, like I said. Because I know he ain't gonna cash in on Cody right now, but he can hold that briefcase. That would build him up, and then when he eventually cashes in, nobody knows it's coming. Like Money in the Bank originally was, people who you don't know, you don't see coming in that main event right now, just getting it. So he's a dark horse too. That's a dark horse pick.
Well, that as we know in the world of wrestling, anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
When you think you know what's going to happen, when you think what's going to make sense, nope, we're going this way.
Right.
We've seen it plenty of times. So that brings it to the next transition. We got to talk about the women. Who needs it more there? And we can't, to Sean's point, in terms of like people going on posters or people being in their hometowns or countries or whatever, doesn't mean necessarily they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people talking about Chelsea Green, but I will remind you as well, Drew McIntyre was in his home country last month and then win. Got screwed.
Both
again.
Yeah.
So, with the women, let's go ahead and run it down. We got Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. Now, again, I ask, who's going to win and who needs it more?
I'm going to do who's going to win. Tiffy time going to win. It's Tiffy time. I think Tiff going to win that one, man. I'm surprised she won. Well, I'm not surprised because I knew Nia Jax was lurking somewhere and was going to just be so disrespectful to my girls Bianca and Jade. Just disrespectful, man. But I say Tiff is going to win. And hats off to Tiff. I mean, her work in the ring is top notch.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think she's the favorite. But like I said, this could be a thing propelling, the dark horse and building up the stars that they need for the future. So I would like Naomi to win, of course, but I think Lara Valkyria could take this. And like I said, Tiffany is the favorite. I wouldn't be surprised if she won. But Lara Valkyria, they can put her in good spots, and she could hold that briefcase for a little while, just like I felt like Jay could. And so that could be the dark horse pick. That'd probably be my pick.
I would like to remind you of one thing about Lara. She's been getting into it with damage control.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no disqualifications in this. So I do not saying she can't, but I would. You'll see Dakota. Especially Dakota coming out there, Kairi Sane coming out there to try to cause her that if she climbs to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That's the only reason. But again, things always kind of turn on a dime. You think something's going to happen, and then they go to completely opposite way. And then we're like, whoa,
right.
Then we're talking about that. So.
But they could attack anybody, really, because they want Io to win, so they could attack anybody, really.
They could, but I have to agree. I think it's going to be Tiffy time.
Yeah, like I said, she's the favorite.
It's going to be Tiffy time.
If you say who would need it more, I would say Chelsea Green.
Yeah, she's a low-key favorite, too, because nobody expected her to even get in this match. And people just like her character work and how she's been playing. I guess she's decent in the ring. I mean, we all see her lose or whatever in kind of short order.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a low key favorite too because people just like her and like how girl says her name. Samantha says her name, and it's actually in her song now. It's the beginning of her song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people made it put it in the beginning of her song. So yeah,
yeah, Sean, don't do that again, bro. But
won't do it again.
Hey, but what I'm saying is that it's interesting you say that because her husband Macadona tweeted something. I think he said like 3 years ago. I think she called or texted him that she had just got released from WWE. And now she's coming. Now she's back. She's in the Money in the Bank match. Even if she doesn't win, she's already won.
Oh yeah, because she gonna have some funny spots in it already. We already know.
Yeah, like what?
Memorable spot.
She had some spots like at the Rumble. I think this past year they kept knocking her out.
Very memorable.
And I was like, she was selling that thing so well, man. But you know what? I agree, Sean. It's Tiffy time to win, and I think, and also Chelsea Green needs it more. Because I just believe that, she needs something to hang on to. Her character is there. Her in-ring work, we know she can work because she worked a lot on the indie scene. So if you get on the indie scene and get rehired, you got to do some kind of work in the ring, right? So I just feel that, she needs it more, but I think it's Tiffy time.
Yeah.
I think it's Tiffy time.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, the match, what match am I looking forward to the most? My favorite title.
Oh, the income.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a banger.
Boy.
Look.
Look.
I can't call it, boy. It's hard to call, man.
Show Stealer. I'm calling it. Show Stealer.
It is, man. On paper, Braun it should be a squash match. On paper.
Yeah, but we thought that with Gunther and Sammy.
Yeah.
And we see what happened with that. And that was a great match. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it because, Sammy, when he's back into a corner, and, Braun Breaker called himself, he got that dog in him. So he was back in the corner with that dog. We're going to see what happens with Sammy come out punching, see what he got.
That dude.
And if he can hold on to that title.
That dude sound like his dad so much.
What? Yeah, he sound like both of them.
Yeah.
I think he sound more like Scott than Rick.
He's
He get them jeans strong. Them jeans strong.
His body look about to be like Freakzilla.
hey, but to your point, I heard this on the Hall of Fame podcast this week. He's been positioned. Braun Breaker's been positioned to get the rocket put on him. He's everything they're looking for in a star right now. He's explosive. He's young. He can go in the ring. He can cut promos. He has memorable moments. He's very athletic. Like, it's just, are they about to put the rocket on him? Because I tell you right now, I think we said it on the last show. If Brock came back, that's who I would want to see Brock face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, it's between him and Gunther, yeah.
And the build on that would be amazing because they could show Brock from the time he came in and then compare the two. I mean, it's very comparable. Very comparable.
Yeah. He can be on that trajectory just like Brock was.
Yeah. But that match might be the show stealer, man. It's gonna have a lot of good spots, a lot of pops, man. That match is gonna be hot.
Yeah, I look at it as like heart versus strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know Sammy got heart. Sammy will pull that emotion out of our audience, man.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it at the last two WrestleManias. We saw it when he was in Montreal against Roman. We saw it at the Royal Rumble last year when he tried to stop them from beating down KO, even though they still did. But you know what I'm saying? So he good, and then he's gonna be in Canada too. So he's good at putting in.
Yeah. Oh, see that part right there too.
Yeah, and then
Braun, that might be a tough filler with that.
Yeah, and then Braun, aggressive. Take no nonsense. I'm gonna break it down. I'll break you down. It's all those kind of things, man. So I think that right there is gonna be the show still. Now I would be, you know what? That's one of those things I say it for him. I'm gonna say it for him right now. And when you go to the back, follow that.
Right.
Yeah.
Follow that.
To be honest, well, no, I'm about to say that might be first, but they're probably gonna open with a ladder match and close with a ladder match. So that might be like.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say that was gonna be first, but I don't know how the order they can put with that because they got to put that water title match somewhere too. So it's like,
and the 6-man tag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, boy, hey, stat card.
Yeah. So it's easy to say that yes, typically they will when they have this big theme, like the War Games and the maybe the chamber matches and things of that nature. When it's like two, like a men and women's one. They typically will open with one, or even the Royal Rumbles, open with one and maybe close with one. However, we've seen different ones. We've seen different ones before. In saying that, though, I think they will open with one. Yes, because you don't want, it's only 5 matches, and you don't want those matches so close together. At least I wouldn't book it that way personally, because all the hot spots in it. But you got the world title match. You have the 6-man tag, which is probably going to be a straight brawl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
When they was fighting on SmackDown,
yeah. And then you talk about a pure wrestling match between Sammy and Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm. Now you know how Tripp feel about the title. He hold that title to a high regard. That might be the last match.
Yep, it might be. It might be. But that's another factor too. When there's not like specialty matches, like stipulation matches, and you have 2 titles on the line, you may have one. You may, not all the time. You may have one open. You may have one closed. That we've seen that in the last different shows, like Cody and AJ opened, Clash of the Castle, and of course Drew and Damian closed it. Mm-hmm. But now I know in France it was a little different. But what I'm saying is, when you have two anticipated matches that close together on a card that's typically lately we've been seeing about 5-6 matches. The only difference about this one is that there's a lot more people, a lot more talent on the card because you have multi-person matches, the Money in the Bank, 6-man tag. You know what I'm saying? So more people on the card, and then you got your 2 singles matches. One with a high stakes situation as far as stipulations go. Somebody's gonna be affected by that, whether they win or lose. Mm-hmm. And then you got a pure wrestling match like Sammy and Braun Breaker. Like Braun Breaker's like the ultimate heel right now as far as being aggressive and hurting people. And then you got Sammy coming in like like the superhero trying to put him down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's a stacked card, man. I'm like, look, I thought you did WrestleMania in April. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's that good, it's that anticipated. I can start making my popcorn right now for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm ready for it now. And it's coming on at regular time too, ain't it?
Yeah, it should be a late show, like 7 or 8 o'clock. Because there's
okay.
no
I think it's East Coast time, right?
Yes, it should be East Coast time.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. The past few shows been like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like,
yeah. They've been. I think when they go to Germany, that might be a little different there. But yeah. You know, it's going to be a great show, ladies and gentlemen. Money in the Bank. As a matter of fact, for those of you who don't know, it's going to be a WWE weekend because, like I say, SmackDown is going to be in Toronto on Friday. Money in the Bank is going to be in Toronto on Saturday. NXT Heatwave is going to be on Sunday. So it's going to be a full-on, and then Monday, I think, is going to be in Canada as well. Not in Toronto, but another part of it. So you got 4 full days of WWE programming back to back from Friday through Monday. So get ready, as they say, because it's going to, and it's leading to the biggest part of the summer. So you gotta up it up. It's leading to the biggest part of the summer, which is personally my favorite event of the year, SummerSlam. A lot of people say WrestleMania. I just put WrestleMania in its own bucket because it's just so big and everything. So SummerSlam is my favorite event of the year. So looking forward to that. But fellas, you want to add anything else about Money in the Bank before we move on to our champions moments and our bold predictions?
I think we said it all. I mean, we check about all the matches. So we're looking forward to each one. Like I said, just the show order is just it's hard to how to place it.
Yeah,
with all that's going on, but it depends on what happens at the end of each match. So it just, I mean, what they got planned. So I don't know. We will see.
I don't know. They might open up with the men's Money in the Bank match. Only reason why I'm saying that is because you're gonna have a possibility of a lot of interferences.
Yeah, and Drew did say he gonna cash in that night. So
same day.
So yeah. So that might be first.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the time of our show. We talk about the 3 bold predictions. And my brother Sean, he was sitting on the edge earlier. He didn't want to get ahead of himself. I know my man got some bold predictions that's gonna blow your socks off, everybody. I know he's gonna teach you a little something. Go ahead and talk to him, brother. Talk to him.
Hey man, well, we kind of already touched on a lot. A lot has happened. We already kind of touched on a lot, man. But I'm gonna just unpack some of these. I'm gonna start. I'm not going to go in the order that I have it, but since it's hot right now, I'm gonna start with my bold prediction for the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble this year. That's my bold prediction because, like you said, Lonnie, this guy is positioned to have the scrap put on him. He's positioned to have the rocket put on him. Man, this dude is money in the bank, so to speak. This guy is walking money, man. Every time you see him, he shows up. He puts his work in. He shows up. He jumps off the screen. He leaps off the screen into your house anytime he's in the building. That guy, I mean, he's running around the ring. The camera can't follow him. They're probably gonna have that 360 camera to follow him with Sami Zayn because the man is just that explosive. So my bold prediction, early prediction for the Royal Rumble is Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. So Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. Look out for that.
That's good.
The second prediction. Now I'm gonna take my time on this one. I want to build my case. So Liv Morgan, she's been causing so much confusion, right? So much confusion within the Judgment Day. So my prediction is a huge swerve. It's not going to be like what we think. The love attraction between her and Dom, that's on the surface. But in the background, I think the real attraction, because we all know one man's trash is another man's treasure. And right now, Dom is putting up such a front like he don't really want Liv. So in the background, we all know, we alluded to it earlier, Finn Balor and Liv actually take on that love, so to speak. The relationship is really going to be Liv and Finn Balor. And it'll set them up to be in position because Dom is going to be heartbroken so much to where he has to go back to mommy. and it's going to put Finn Balor in a position to go against Damian Priest. It's going to make it that much more solid. The more valid reason why he'll go after Damian Priest. Liv is going to eventually get into his head. Man, you going to let him treat you like that? You going to let him talk to you like that? We see what the power Liv has. You know what I'm saying? Every man that lay down in the lap, you know what happened. You know what happened. So we don't know what's really going on in the clubhouse. I think the real swerve is going to be Liv and Finn Balor really having the romance instead of what we're thinking is going to be Liv and Dominique. I think she's playing Dominique to the fiddle, so to speak. She's playing Dominique. Only reason why is because she's trying to get back at mommy. So she's playing, she's taking everything. She's even going to snatch his soul, so to speak. She's going to take it off Dominique and leave him lifeless at the end of the day. And the real relationship is going to be between her and Finn Balor.
That's really good too, man. Wow. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I got you 1 second. Then my next and final bold prediction is going to be the Netflix deal, like Triple H alluded to. The Netflix deal, immediately when it happens January 1st or when it happens in January, they're going to be shown across 80% of the world outside of the U.S. So it's going to be 80% of the world is going to have Netflix, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, the PLE. My bold prediction for this to capitalize on this moment, to capitalize on the momentum of having Raw, SmackDown, NXT, the PLE move to Netflix. We all know the final boss is going to show up day one when they move into that realm. When they're moving to Netflix, we know the final boss is going to be there the first show to kick it off. Final boss. And it's going to lead us into WrestleMania. The prediction I'm predicting, we might get what we all been waiting for. We might finally get Cody versus Rock. Those are my bold predictions.
Man, hey, bro, that was all stellar, man. I gotta, Crump, before you comment, man, I gotta tell you, man, that's bravo, man. I gotta give you that, bro, because man, now you got me thinking, like, does Dom and Rhea take on Finn and Liv at WrestleMania or something like that? You know, it got me really thinking about that place, man. So, wow, and Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble, yes, that would be very unexpected. Like at this, well, between now and then they may build it up to make it be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'd be very unexpected. And if he goes against Gunther, Lonnie, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself.
That's a smasher right there. God.
Boy.
Don't get ahead of yourself. But man, very, very well done. And I think you're right. I think that'd be the perfect time for The Rock to show up because it's the start of WrestleMania bill.
Yeah. But yeah, that show, that first Netflix show has to be big. I mean, that's a real big move. I mean, they prepare everybody now earlier this year for it. But once it gets here, you really got to think about it. You got to think about what, like, the time the show is going to be. Because right now it's 3 hours, but with Netflix, what is it going to be? Are they going to change it back down to 2, or what are they going to do? But either way, the show has to be big because it's a bigger audience. You're trying to get more people to watch.
Not only that, I heard Triple H say, like, with the censorship that they're dealing with, like when the networks black out the show and stuff like that.
Oh, Fox, yeah. Oh, that's so annoying, man.
They're not going to have that issue on Netflix, so they get to say get to say whatever they want. Man, it's gonna be good.
Hey, Rock said whatever he want anyway, but still.
Hey, the Rock got that money to pay. He got that money to pay his own fine.
Right. But
look. He probably walk out there and be like, look, I'm gonna go out here and say some stuff. Here's the check already. I know how much you're gonna charge me. Just go ahead and I'm paying it right now because I know it's coming to the curtain.
Right. Yeah, prepaid custom. Prepaid.
Hey, but those are very good bold predictions. Crump, you want to add anything else to that? I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, I'm just saying, the show has to be big, and with Liv and Finn Balor, yeah, because Finn Balor had to have a reason. He's stepping in every time she gets in front of Dom. So, like I said, we still thought it was a jealousy thing, but it may be like something they have planned because, like I said before, she was in that car just with Finn before. It was a background thing. So that has to come back. That's probably gonna come back around. So yeah, that I think that prediction is on point.
Sean, bro, that was really good, bro. Like,
yeah,
yo, bro, that's like WrestleMania season, that type of talk right there.
And why else would she help Finn and them? She managed to help them win the tag titles. She managed to help Dom lose to her dad, to his dad.
For the third time, ladies and gentlemen. For the third time. For the third time. Wow. You know, wow, man, this has been a very good show. I thoroughly enjoy it. We love talking. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured this out, we love talking this in general. So it comes so natural to us. We grew up watching these shows, and you know the things have changed over time. But yeah, with the shows, but man, it's become so natural. If we tell y'all the things we used to create when we were younger with these shows, we would be on video games all day. You talking about they playing video games in the back? Man, we've been doing this. We've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing
they were playing it hard in that clubhouse, boy. They been having the time of their life back there, boy.
And that clubhouse jumping, man.
Like especially Finn Balor.
Hey, but we come to the point of the show where we want to honor someone with a champions moment, and our brother Ron's gonna be doing the champions moment this evening. Ron, what you got, brother? Talk to the people.
Well, for our champions moment, I was gonna give it, pay homage to, we just lost Sika, Roman Reigns' father, and a member of the Wild Samoans. I still want to give it to them, to the whole family, but also for producing some of these stars for us for all these years to be on top level and entertain us for all these years, and it's going to continue coming. Because I seen a post about all the kids that the current stars have. Because Jacob Fatu just himself, he got 7. That man got 7 kids. Roman got 5.
That bloodline deep, man.
Deep, bro. So they still gonna be coming. So I kind of want to give it to them for continue to produce stars, could produce these members, and continue to add to this business. All their contributions to the business and making it great for all these years. Again, continuing on to the future. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I like to say rest in peace, Sika, and give us a lot of moments himself and with his brother, and maybe one of the best tag team of all time, and paved the way for a lot of stars after him, not just in the family but tag teams. Period. So R.I.P. to Sika. I also you gotta give somebody that was close to the family too. You gotta get that little piece of the moment, Paul Heyman, because the way this man is playing this role to be the wise man and put like show his distress and show the emotion and especially even back behind the scenes of these segments and everything, putting everything together. It takes a lot to show that emotion and go back and show the how his mind works in the back. It's a lot to deal with. Because it can be nerve wracking or whatever. Because you get put on this spectacular, put on cinema, movies, really, especially with the Bloodline. Whole because this Bloodline storyline been going on since 2020. Probably really before that, because they always been together. But the real story with the Tribal Chief and up to now, and how the saga going, it's amazing. It was the best thing on TV and wrestling TV. You know what I'm saying? So I continue to give it to the Samoan Dynasty, and adjacent to the Samoan Dynasty, Paul Heyman. Like I said, all is greatness. We love to see it, and we appreciate it all.
That's very fair to say, man. Especially lately with Paul Heyman, because it was a question that was proposed. Because we all knew Roman probably was going to take some time off.
Mm-hmm.
And we all knew that.
Now we know why.
Even though he didn't physically say that, but we just, we knew it was going to happen. And the question was, well, what was going to happen with Paul Heyman? What was going to happen with the Bloodline? But Paul Heyman showing you, as he said in his Hall of Fame speech, essentially, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
He just added another 10 years of talk for the stuff he's doing right now. He just added another 10 years of talk in this history of this business. You know what I'm saying? Just based on what he's doing. And not only that, once he comes back from this beatdown he just got, it's going to be another like 10, 15 years added to that, because I've heard it said many times by top stars, he's the best storyteller in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And man, beautiful tribute to the Bloodline and to Roman Reigns' dad. And I mean, I heard reports say that he was taking care of his father, so that might have been the extended hiatus. He was taking care of his father, and being someone that lost a parent, I know how that is, and you guys, man, you know how it is, Crump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Man, hats
my dad was in the hospital for 2 months before he passed. You know what I'm saying? So that could be it. It take time just after the loss to Cody, but also to be at my father's bedside when he's passed, I'm gonna take care of him, make sure he's all right, and then eventually pass. But
Mm-hmm.
I did my part as his son.
Absolutely, man. So hats off, great tribute, man, great tribute.
I want to say something to that that I just felt it kind of just came to me. We're saying that but I want to tell you this, brothers, from seriously from here. I know we spoke through your unfortunate losses of a parent, but I'm here to tell you now that I know for sure your parents will be proud of you.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Like I said, I try every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I be proud of you because you didn't quit.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, you didn't quit life because of it. I'm not saying that's easy by any means, but what I'm saying is you're allowing the good things to keep pushing you forward. Now is what I really mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to get it. So that I send that encouragement to anyone's listening, who may have experienced something in general with that. Just know that you can still live. It's challenges in those places you can still live and keep the legacy of your family going. And so so kudos to Roman, kudos to my brothers here, who are like, if you only knew the stories we have, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's a whole other show too. But I want to thank you for joining us today. We're getting ready for a great weekend of wrestling. WWE's about to, from Friday to Monday, get ready, as they say, because we get ready to go to the road to SummerSlam. But we're going to stop in Toronto for Money in the Bank. You've been watching the Champions Corner. We out. Peace.
Peace.